What's up, everyone? Welcome into the Cannonballs podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Dane Cannon. Co-hosting with me today is
your boy,
suicidal Jake Balls.
Yeah, he said it.
He said it.
Cream.
God. All right, guys. This is what always happens when we record later in the night. You know, this is the second video that we got going on tonight. We usually get our other two recordings done Monday night after Monday Night Football. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and give our Power Rankings episode a listen. That's where we talked about the Thursday night game. So if you wanted us to cover the Jags and the Jets, go ahead and listen to our Power Rankings. We do it at the end. Also, just listen to our Power Rankings if you want to see where we rank your team. Guys, you know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on our Instagram at Cannonballs with a Z_podcast. Jake's been doing a good job keeping the reels out there, getting the graphics out there, just so you guys want to see your teams visually speaking. We do that. Jake, do you have anything to add before we get going into Week 16? 3 weeks left of the NFL. Getting near the end before
playoffs.
We get to the postseason, yeah.
Yeah, man, this season has flown by. I mean, it's flown by. It's just a blur at this point. I mean, it was like yesterday when the 49ers were losing to the Bears. But, yeah, man, season's flown by, but, you know, I'm just excited for the postseason. More excited for the postseason, so it's going to be a good one. But let's get into Sunday night games, Dane.
All righty, let's do it. So the first game that we have on the slate, 10 a.m., is Saturday, actually. So we have actually a majority of the games are Saturday. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 11 games on Saturday.
And
granted,
I just realized
because, Christmas and all that stuff.
Yeah, I just realized this is Christmas Eve and, you know, Christmas Day. So, you know, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays if you're listening to this. But, yeah, the first one we got is Bills versus Bears. Who you got, Dane?
Bills versus Bears. I'm not going to think about this one too much. One of these teams is 11-3. The other is 3-11. Although I like Justin Fields, I don't think the Bears are going to be able to compete. So give me the Bills.
Yep, I'm in the same boat. They should be able to handle them. But, you know, the Bears played pretty good against the Eagles. I mean, I still got the Bills. And they're fighting for that number one seed because they're tied with the Chiefs, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah, so
they are.
The Bills aren't gonna want to lose this one. But yeah, I got the Bills. Let's go on to the next one. We got the New Orleans. Oh, what the freak? Sorry, I clicked the wrong thing. We got the New Orleans Saints at the. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry,
at
folks.
The Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, sorry about that.
In Cleveland.
Wow. Cleveland is favored in this game. I mean, honestly, for good reason. The Saints, you know, have not done a whole lot in this season. Damn, this one's kind of tough.
I agree. This one is a little bit challenging because the Saints do have a pretty decent run defense, and you know that's the Browns' bread and butter, even though they have been kind of straying away from it a little bit with Deshaun Watson coming back. Are you leaning one more than the other as of right now, Jake?
I'm leaning Browns just because of the home field advantage. Deshaun Watson has been trending in the right direction. He's still a little rusty. But the defense has been playing good for the Browns. They still have the run game. They have, you know, Donovan Peoples-Jones stepping up. They have Amari Cooper. Golly, dude, this one's tough. What are you thinking?
I'm gonna go with the Browns. You know, Deshaun Watson has been chipping away that rust game by game. I think that they actually can do enough on the ground to help him out a little bit. And the Browns defense has been playing pretty good recently. So, you know, I like what I'm seeing from the Browns. They're not doing too terrible. So give me the Browns, especially with home field advantage.
Yeah, I'm going to go Browns as well. Maybe we get a breakout performance from Deshaun Watson. But I doubt it.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me the Browns.
All right, let's move on to the next game, Jake.
All right. What do you got?
The next game that I see is the Atlanta Falcons traveling to Baltimore to play the Ravens. So the 5-9 Falcons traveling to the 9-5 Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore has been struggling offensively speaking, especially because they are without Lamar Jackson. The Ravens defense is much better than the Falcons. I think that even without Lamar Jackson, the Ravens offense should be able to move the ball against the Atlanta Falcons. The Ravens are pretty good against the run, so they are at home. So give me the Ravens.
All right. So in our last episode, I did mention that the Ravens got kind of beat up on defense. So as of now, Marcus Peters and Calais Campbell are injured. So I don't know if they're going to play. So that could be detrimental to that defense, which is their strength right now. However, I think this is still a better team than the Falcons. Fuck. Pardon my French, but damn, dude. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go Ravens as well. I don't like it just because I'm not super confident in the Ravens right now, but I guess it's just I'm not confident in the Falcons. But yeah, I got the Ravens.
Yeah, I mean the Falcons are just on a losing streak. They were scrappier than they are now at the beginning of the season. I just trust the Ravens more. I like Harbaugh as a coach, so I think that he can figure it out. Hopefully, Jake, you ready to move on to the next game?
Let's do it.
All right. Next game that I have is the Detroit Lions traveling to Carolina to play the Panthers. 7-7 Lions, red hot, going against a Panthers team which was starting to warm up, then kind of simmered back down. Panthers are at home. Who do you got?
Dude, ESPN is tripping. They Panthers are favored in this game according to ESPN.
Are they actually?
What the hell? No, well, not for bets. For bets, the Lions are favored, but the matchup predictor, they got the 55% for Carolina and 44% for Detroit.
Huh. The last time they met was in 2020. Carolina beat them 20-0. This is a much different Detroit Lions team, though, so I'm not going to put too much into that.
I think that's based on this here, though.
No. I was just looking at what was on my screen. That's completely separate from what you were saying based off of the odds.
Well, I mean, with all that being said, I still got the Detroit Lions. Red hot. Honestly, I think if the Detroit Lions were going to lose to a upset team, I think the Panthers could potentially do it. I don't think it's likely, just the way the Detroit Lions have been playing. Give me Detroit. I'm gonna ride. Let's ride.
I'm gonna ride right there with you. Give me the Lions. I've been on them for about the last 4 weeks. They've impressed me tremendously. The offense looks great. Defense has been playing a lot better. Yeah, like Jake said, if there was an upset potential, Carolina could be the team to do it to them. It is in Carolina. Every once in a while, a team will have kind of a rocky start, and if that happens to Lions, hopefully they can respond and catch up. But yeah, give me the Lions. They're red hot. Panthers are kind of so-and-so. All right, Jake. Next game, I have the Seattle Seahawks traveling to Arrowhead to play the Chiefs. I'll take this one away. I'm going to ride with the Chiefs. Even though the Chiefs just had a tough outing against the Houston Texans, they still got the win. It's in Arrowhead. I like the Chiefs a lot more than Seattle. Seattle's been struggling. I do think Seattle's going to be able to score against this Chiefs defense. So it could make it interesting. This could be possibly a high-scoring game, in my opinion, but I think the Chiefs are going to come out on top.
Yeah, I got the Chiefs as well. Seattle's trending in the wrong direction. Chiefs, I mean, I'm just going to repeat what you said, but yeah, I got the Chiefs. I'm not gonna complicate it.
All right. Next game. This one actually is a fairly interesting matchup. We have the New York Football Giants traveling to Minnesota to play the Vikings. I do think New York is a better team than Indianapolis. I think that they have similar defenses in a way, but regardless, who do you got, Jake?
Um, Vikings did get the win. Giants won last week. I don't know. You know what? I think I'm gonna go for a little bit of an upset. Let me see if it even is an upset, but I think I'm gonna pick the Giants. I mean, the Vikings look flat, and I think the Giants have a good defense. I think, like you said, they're better than the Colts. I mean, they are fighting for their playoff hopes as well. And you know what? I'm just going to throw a little bit of luck for the 49ers because Vikings need to lose one more game. So I think they can potentially lose to the Giants. Maybe I have some selfish reasons. Don't follow me if you're taking this bet, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. I'm going Giants.
All right, I like it. You know, I think that there is definitely a potential for an upset here. I think the Giants, hopefully, for New York fans, there is the potential to kind of build off the momentum off of a big win against Washington, kind of taking the number 6 seed. So they are in playoffs. I think Dable is a good coach. They have had a rocky last couple, 6 weeks. But, you know, they got the win. The Vikings got the win. I'm going to go Vikings, though. I just think that their offense is much more high-powered than New York's offense. I think that the Vikings' defense could possibly make a couple more plays because the Giants' offense is kind of one-dimensional with Saquon being at the helm. You know, there's just not too many receivers that I'm afraid of on the New York Giants. So it is a little bit easier in my mind. It could be just like the Indianapolis game, though. But, yeah, give me the Vikings. I'm going to go ride with them.
Yeah, I mean, I think if the Giants are going to have a good game, too, on offense, I think they can do it against the Vikings. The Vikings don't scare me on defense at all. I think Saquon can eat. You know, Darius Slayton's still there. I actually like my pick of the Giants for an upset, so I'm going to go with it. I'm going to stick with it.
All right. I like it, man. Yeah, I can definitely see it. Next game, I have the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to New England to play the Patriots. I'm just going to go Bengals. I don't really want to talk about this one too much. If you throw a 30-yard lateral right to Chandler Jones, you don't deserve to win the next week, in my opinion. That's just a boneheaded play.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the Bengals are going to be out with Trey Hendrickson and Sam Hubbard. They're dealing with some injuries, so their defensive pass rush isn't going to be as, fierce. But with that being said, I still think they're a way better team than the Patriots. I could shit on the Patriots all day. I think they're mediocre at best. But, the Bengals are an elite team, so I got the Bengals.
All righty. This next one's actually kind of interesting. We have the Houston Texans traveling to Tennessee to play the Titans. Texans have played both Dallas and Kansas City tough. However, they were not able to walk away with the wins. Tennessee is on a losing streak. This is a division matchup. Mm-hmm. Anything could happen, even though the Texans are only at 1-12-1. Jake, who do you got?
I mean, my heart really wants me to pick the Texans. It really does, because the way they've been playing, man, and the way the Titans have been playing. But I mean, they had a chance to win last week. This one's hard. This one is hard. Just because
it actually is challenging because the Texans have nothing to lose. The Texans are just going to play out there. Lovie Smith is a decently good defensive-minded head coach. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, he could cause problems for Tannehill, especially with a banged-up offense. You know, the Titans did lose a couple more defensive players against the Chargers, so it's an interesting matchup. I know who I want.
I know who I want to win. I want the Texans to win. It just does better for the NFL, for NFL fans, you know. If unfortunately I would have to eat a brick of shit because honestly I could see, because if the Titans and the Jags are playing the last game of the year against each other, that could be huge, and that could be like a primetime matchup. They'll probably have to flex it. And if you believe that there's, a little bit of fishiness sometimes in the NFL where they just like want to make that revenue, which I mean, I can see this. Oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going Texans, man. I think they beat the Titans. I think they beat the Titans, and I think it's. But then again, it's like Mike Vrabel's a great coach, and he's like, we've lost 4 in a row. We are fighting for our playoff lives.
Here, I'm going to jump in. I'm going to take the Titans. As much as I want to take the Texans and believe that they can do it, I think that they can. I mean, they beat Tennessee last year. They beat the Chargers last year, and they were a shit team last year as well. I just think that, like you just alluded to, Vrabel's going to have this like pregame speech where he's just going to be like, look, don't fuck this up for me. I want to go to the postseason. I know you want to go to the postseason. So get your head out of your asses and hit them in the mouth. And I think Derrick Henry has a decent game running the ball. Like, Houston's not good at stopping the run. I think Derrick Henry gets kind of back on track and rushes for like 3,000 yards.
Damn, dude. Yeah, I almost forgot about Derrick Henry, honestly. All right, I can't do it. I don't have the balls, honestly. I really want the Texans to win. I don't have the balls to pick them. I don't.
All right. So
at least the Giants. Yeah, at least the Giants actually, like, I think have a legit shot to beat the Vikings. The Texans, but the way they played the Cowboys and the freaking Chiefs, man, these teams are way better than them.
You should do it. I mean, we don't have a bet or anything. I mean, other than you eating a brick of shit.
All right, you know what? I'm ready for the brick of shit. I'm going Texans. F it, dude.
Baby. All right, Jake's with the Texans. I'm with the Titans. So Jake and I have disagreed on 2 games, I believe. All righty. Next game, starting the 1:00 slate for Saturday, we have the Washington Commanders traveling to San Francisco to play your boys. Have the 49ers had like 4 freaking home games in a row?
They had 3. They were in Seattle, and they were, they were on the road for a while. So they're just getting their home fields or their home games now, which is good later in the season. But I'm not gonna complicate this one. I got the 49ers. It could be a tough matchup. Commanders have a solid defense. I just think the 49ers are elite and better. I'm not going to complicate it.
Yeah, I'm going to go 49ers as well. I think this game's actually going to be closer than people think due to the fact that I think Chase Young will be back. We've been saying this for 3 freaking weeks now, but I think that the Commanders' defense has been playing really well. Gave up a decent amount to Saquon and the Giants offense, but I think that they can do enough to make it challenging for Brock Purdy. Ultimately, I think Shanahan is going to be able to coach the shit out of the 49ers and just decimate the Commanders. But 49ers defense is way better than the Commanders. 49ers defense is elite, so it's going to be a problem for Heineke as well. So I'm not going to overcomplicate it as well. Give me the 49ers. The other 1:00 game, we have the division matchup. Philadelphia Eagles, possibly without Jalen Hurts, traveling to Dallas to play the Cowboys. Eagles have won, I think, like 5 in a row, 6 in a row, however many in a row. And the Cowboys have just recently been beaten by the Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right. Not going to I mean, if Jalen Hurts plays, I got the Eagles. If he doesn't, I got the Cowboys. Simple as that. Simple as that. I mean, the Eagles are still a good team, but Jalen Hurts has been playing out of his mind this year. I mean, no offense to Gardner Minshew. I do not think he is on the same tier as Jalen Hurts. I think he could keep them in this game. I do, but I think the Cowboys will prevail. And I mean, they beat them the first time, and I think they swap. So it's kind of hard for me to take one right now, like put it on paper. But I'm just gonna say Jalen Hurts is out, and the Cowboys win this one.
So I'm going to be a little risky here and say even with Jalen Hurts, the Cowboys win this one. I think that the Cowboys, they've had 2 games where they've looked a little shaky, but I think that it's going to kind of take a Miami Dolphins twist where they look really good against a division rival. I think Dallas's defense gets back to where they were. The Eagles' offense is great, don't get me wrong, but I think that maybe they overlooked the Jags a little bit in preparation for this game because they realized how monstrous this game was, and then they got caught and punched in the mouth by the Jags. But give me the Cowboys. They're at home. This is going to be playoff atmosphere. Like, this is going to be a rowdy stadium. Give me the atmosphere. Give me the hype. I think that they're going to see all the social media buzz about who them boys are, like laughing memes, and they're going to be like, we'll show you who them boys are for at least one more week in the regular season. So give me them boys. Give me the Cowboys.
And I hope Jalen Hurts plays because I want to see what the Eagles can do against a good defense. I really do.
Same.
It will be fun. This is going to be a great matchup. This is the matchup of the week.
Agreed.
So
for sure.
I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this game.
All righty, guys. Moving on to Saturday Night Football, we have the 6-8 Las Vegas Raiders traveling to Pittsburgh to play the 6-8 Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going to take this one away. I'm going to take the Raiders, actually. I think the Raiders can do enough against Trubisky to cause him to throw some turnovers, some interceptions, possibly fumble the ball. The Raiders kind of were gifted. They were gifted, actually, against New England. But, they still have been doing well offensively, and I think it'll be enough against the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, who has been playing better. Don't get me wrong. The Steelers defense has been looking pretty good. But, yeah, give me the Raiders. I just got the road team winning this one.
Yeah, I got the Raiders, too. I still think they're a better team than the Steelers. That defense, I mean, they're going to get after Derek Carr. This can be an ugly game. But I think there's just too much firepower on the Raiders. It's gonna be a tough game, actually. I think this might be a good game. I was at first when you said that this was the primetime game, I was like, ugh. But actually, I think this might be a sneaky good game.
Oh, yeah, because, these teams are also fighting for a playoff spot. Like, they're not necessarily – they're in the hunt. Like, they're right behind the 7-7 Jets and 7-7 Patriots. So they're right there.
Yeah, a couple losses for other teams and a couple wins for them. They're right back in the driver's seat. So, yeah, but I just think the Raiders – but then again, the Raiders have pissed games away this season. And – if I had to pick a coach to coach my franchise, I'm picking Mike Tomlin over Josh McDaniels any day of the week. Yeah, I guess I'm going to go Raiders, but it makes me nervous.
It does indeed for me as well. All right, guys, that's going to close out Christmas Eve games. Going to Sunday, December 25th, Christmas, we have the 6-8 Packers traveling to Miami to play the 8-6 Dolphins. Jake.
I'm going to go Dolphins. Even though the Green Bay Packers have been playing a little bit better, they still are not what they should be or what people thought they would be. And the Dolphins have lost 3 in a row, so they need to get a win. They're desperate for a win, and they have way more talent on their team, I think. And the Packers are really bad at stopping the run. So, look for Raheem Mostert, maybe Jeff Wilson if he's back. I think Salvin Ahmed stepped up. So, they could just run all over these guys, potentially. So, yeah, I got the Dolphins.
I got the Dolphins as well. I think this is where Green Bay's playoff hopes just get crushed. Unfortunately, I think the Dolphins, because earlier in the season they went on a good win streak, then they went on a 3-game or 4-game losing streak, and then they went on another win streak. I think they kind of get things going again. It's at home. They don't have to worry about playing 2 games back-to-back in the cold, freezing temperatures of the north. And I just don't think that Green Bay's defense is up for the challenge like the 49ers and Chargers were in terms of kind of forcing Tua to throw deeper out routes. So give me the Dolphins. I think that they're going to do enough. Like you already alluded to, the run game can help them, especially with how Raheem Mostert played. So give me the Dolphins as well. Next game. Oh, this is a good one, folks. This is the game of the day. Denver Broncos 4-10 traveling to the Rams to play the 4-10 Rams.
I thought you were actually going to say a good game. And looking at the rest of the matchups, I don't think there's any good matchups on Sunday. Denver Broncos versus Los Angeles Rams. Wow.
It's such bullshit, man.
I mean,
this could be
obviously
a fun game.
Is this primetime? This isn't primetime, is it?
No.
1:30. Okay. Damn, dude. This one's really hard to pick.
This was supposed to be a great matchup.
Yeah.
Like, if this was preseason, this would have this should have been like playoff caliber teams playing one another.
Yeah. I'm going Denver Broncos. I don't think the Rams are good. I mean, the Denver Broncos still have an elite defense, and they started getting, things going against the Cardinals. The run game was going. Maybe Russell Wilson. They still have weapons on offense, but it's weird. They just can't figure things out, or they didn't figure things out this year. So yeah, I'm gonna go Broncos.
All right, I'm actually going to take Rams. Nothing more than fuck the Broncos. Give me the Rams.
All right. All right.
All right, last game of Sunday. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to Arizona to play the Cardinals.
Jesus Christ.
These aren't Christmas presents, man. Come on.
Nah.
What's happening here?
This is terrible. I honestly wouldn't even care. I wouldn't even care if I missed any of these games. This is garbage. But I'm gonna go Tampa Bay. They were playing, really good the first half. They still have a solid defense, and the Cardinals are just so depleted. The strength of that team right now is the run game, especially without, Kyler Murray or even Colt McCoy. I don't know who's going to start, if Colt McCoy is going to come back, but the defense is still decent. And I think they learn from their mistakes, and they're playing also for their playoff hopes. Cardinals really aren't playing for anything at this point. So I got the Bucks.
Give me the Bucks as well. I mean, the Cardinals are just done for the year. I'm sorry, Cardinals fans. Sorry, babe. Cardinals are done.
Yep.
All right, Monday night, December 26th, we have my boys, the Chargers, traveling to Indianapolis to play the Colts. Jonathan Taylor is officially ruled out for the season, so that makes me feel he is.
Okay.
That makes me feel a little bit better, unfortunately, for Colts fans, but I mean, I'm pretty sure that they're already eliminated from playoffs regardless.
Yeah.
Give me the Chargers. Even if they had Jonathan Taylor, with the way that their season has unfolded and the way that he's been utilized and the offensive line has looked this year, I don't know. He probably would rush for more yards than he has against other teams against the Chargers, but I don't think that it would have been anything like we're used to seeing from last year, because the Chargers have been stepping up a little bit more. They had a decent outing for the Chargers, against Derrick Henry. So, yeah, I think that the Colts offensive line is going to hold them back. The Chargers have been getting some pass rush. They've been making it work. Joey Bosa has the potential to come back. If Joey Bosa comes back, I'll feel a lot more secure, especially getting against Matt Ryan, getting some pressure in there. And, give me the Chargers.
I got the Chargers as well. I think they're kind of getting hot right now, hot at their perfect time. I mean, it's better to get hot in the beginning or the end of the season than the beginning. But yeah, the Colts suck. I can't stand the Colts. They suck.
If there was going to be a game the Colts win, though, it would be against the Chargers. I will say that as a Chargers fan, this is just like last year when I was like, all right, we got the Houston Texans. Thank God.
This
We
is
lost.
this is actual facts. The Chargers are a cursed franchise.
Yeah.
I could definitely see them losing to the Colts. They shouldn't lose to the
They
Colts.
should not. The Chargers should hopefully break this curse at least for a year. For me, please.
Yeah.
Hopefully
I mean-
they learn from last year and they actually win one more game and
Yeah.
then just secure a playoff berth if the other teams lose.
Yeah, I mean, so the Colts defense is decent. I like to talk shit about them just because they've been so terrible this year, but they have players on their defense. So I mean, I definitely think the Colts defense can give the Chargers a little bit of a fit, but I still think the Chargers prevail.
So really quick, I do want to add this. I think one advantage the Chargers actually have is the fact that they know what Gus Bradley is going to run because he was the Chargers defensive coordinator for so many years. That could work vice versa because, you know, he was the defensive coordinator, so he might know how the Chargers run their offense, even though it's a new offensive scheme. He might know the players, give his defensive players little tips and tricks. I don't know.
This
I think the
guy,
Chargers have the advantage.
this guy Gus Bradley just switches it up completely and blitzes every play.
Don't even say that. I
Justin
don't know.
Herbert doesn't even know what to do. They have 10 total yards of offense.
I think if they blitz, Justin Herbert would be fine because he's one of the best quarterbacks under pressure. And with all the quick passes, he could just get it out and then just Austin Eckler, 30-yard run, 30-yard run.
Sorry.
Oh,
All
are we
right.
talking about the Chargers? Oh, I'm gonna fall asleep. Let's have an entire segment on Brock Purdy and how great he is.
I mean, he led the team to division title.
On. All right,
Yeah.
guys, that's going to do it. The 49ers did win the division. Brock Purdy did lead them, so congrats to them. He is a great player for his year. Guys, that's going to do it. Like, comment, subscribe, listen to the first 5 minutes, send it to a friend. I don't know, talk shit to us. Follow us on our Instagram, Cannonballs with a Z _ podcast. Jake, do you have anything to add?
No, good luck to your teams. You know, playoffs approacheth, and you know, this is the time where people get sent home. Things start getting more clear. Maybe sometimes they don't. Good luck to your teams. Root your teams. Send them good mojo. Thanks for listening, and as always, peace.